Okay. What I love about the 2025 49ers and here's what I hated about the 2024 49ers. It didn't feel like a team at any point. It felt like a collection of egos with their own agendas. And this year it feels like a team that is so much better than the sum of their parts. And every week there's some unknown, unsung hero who is a quote unquote core member of the team this week. So why don't we do a segment in honor of the most known unknowns on the 49ers?
The most known
Shout out
unknowns,
3-6
man.
Mafia.
Shouts out to 3-6 Mafia. Look, man. My most known unknown off the rip, Jake Tonges, man. The most known unknown, bruh.
He's good.
Son, let me tell you something. 6'4", 240. All right. He's in his third season, so he's young. What he's been doing for the Niners so far, dog. 7 grabs, 9 targets over 60 yards, bro. He has been killing. Versus the NFC, he's got over 226 yards, and he's the backup of a Hall of Famer. We're not talking in jest. George Kittle's a Hall of Famer. So he's not going to get a lot of burn. But the ability for him to just be ready, okay? And this isn't somebody like, I could see if this was like a tight end from another team and he just needed a different change of environment and he was like a first round pick and all of that other stuff. Like, no. Jake Tonges caught his first touchdown pass this season. Okay, like this is all happening in front of us. And he's growing with every opportunity. And the fact that he's not getting consistent opportunities, so it's kind of like, you know, just when you're needed and he's still producing, like he's an easy button. To be able to get that type of production out of him when George Kittle goes down, you got to love it, man. One of my most known unknowns,
It's his
man.
third game of the season with at least 6 catches. He's had 5 touchdown catches this season. 5.
Yes.
Passer rating when targeted, 126. And here's the thing about this game, like, they go to Jawan on the first play, which was so strange. Like you're testing Jalen Johnson, who's their best corner. You're going at Jawan Jennings, who isn't even open, and you predetermine the read. Okay, now you're down 7-0. What do? They instantly go to Tonges. 3rd and 7. The fourth play of the game, 3rd and 7. Purdy to Tonges for 18 yards. Later in that drive, 2nd and 10. Purdy to Tonges for 8 yards. Later in that drive, first and goal from the 1, Purdy to Tonges for a touchdown. Like, boom, 7-7. Gets him right back in the game. He's so balling, underrated. Bro. And the fact that Kyle hasn't figured out how to get him and Kittle on the field together yet is interesting. I bet he will.
Okay, so I have a theory on why that isn't happening. Okay? George Kittle and Jake Tonges they're of the same archetype, right? They're both move tight ends. George is awesome because he can be an attached traditional tight end, but in the guise of being pass catchers, they're move tight ends. If you put them both on the field, I feel like you have redundancy in skill set, and now you have an issue with depth, right? Because now, if Jake Tonges goes down, really the tandem is supposed to be Luke Farrell, which is your blocking tight end, which allows your receiving tight end to go out there and be a receiving tight end. If you lose Jake Tonges, you lose the other half of that tandem that I believe that Kyle really wants on the field, which is a blocking tight end and a receiver. If you put Jake Tonges and George on the field together and one of them gets hurt, now your second move tight end is Braden Willis.
I get that, but at the same time, like, we're at the end of the season. Like, you only got so many weeks left, and I understand it's a long season and you got to pace yourself and stuff, but it would suck to lose a game where your offense wasn't great and Tom just didn't play at all, because it seems like he's a touchdown waiting to happen, and you don't have to change your whole offense to start him and Kittle and play them both 80% of the snaps, but in the red zone from the 6, couple of snaps, I mean, the other team doesn't want you to do it. They don't do it. They don't want you. They don't want to see that shit. They're not prepared for it. You haven't even put it on film yet. Like, it's a layup. And the only question is when you want to go to it. Like right now, the zone read to Brock Purdy is a layup. That's an easy touchdown. Well, same with Tonges, man. When he caught that touchdown pass against the Bears, he was unguarded, completely wide open. Yeah, that's what.
You
it's
know
gonna
what
look
else
like.
is kind of a layup too? Like a easy first down. The rocket screen to Scott Moore.
Yes. That's another most known unknown. I
That
love
can
the end
kind
around
of come back in there.
You can even do that more.
Yeah, that's also something.
Like Pearsall's good, but he doesn't give you any gadget stuff, and he hasn't scored a single touchdown this year. He shouldn't be necessarily playing 80% of the snaps. He should be sharing some time with everyone.
You know who else is another known unknown? Demarcus Robinson. Robinson is low key. He's like an intermediate route threat for them. I don't want to call him a deep threat, but as far as him getting into that 12 to 15 yard range, being able to stretch the seams, being a slot guy for them, a big slot for them, especially when Jawan needs a blow, and even moving Jawan out to the X when they move him over and bump him down to the Z. I think that Demarcus Robinson, and he's been healthy for most of the year. Demarcus Robinson is a most known unknown, man. I really like what he's doing.
It took him a minute after he got suspended to sort of get his feet underneath him or whatever. He was dropping passes, but now he's got great chemistry with Purdy. They just don't throw to him that much because they have so many other guys they can go to. But that's a good call. I got another one, and I'd love to know your take on this because you're much more of an offensive line guy than me. Spencer Burford, left guard. Dude, this guy's career was on life support. They tried him at every single position but left guard. I feel like he found his position. He's an asset to this team.
Spencer Burford may get paid. He may get paid. He's gonna he's gonna be this. I think he's in his free agency year. He may get about $15 million a year. Honestly, one thing about
is he better than Banks?
He's more athletic than Banks, and it's not even close. Faster, quicker, more fleet of foot, sticks to his technique a little bit more than Banks. Banks is just a bigger frame, right? He just holds the weight a little bit better. If you remember, Banks came in out of shape, right? He was playing at 340 when he was at Notre Dame, bumping into people. Then he had to come in the NFL and get his body. Spencer, the only thing with Spencer is that Spencer's had to actually put on more weight because he was a little too small at the tackle position coming out of UTSA. Now, one thing about it is that Spencer's played pretty much everything but center. All right, he's played both tackle spots and both guard spots. And one of the things that happens when you get a young guy with that much upside as far as athleticism is concerned is that you want to give him consistency. Playing offensive line is very hard for one position. Being talented enough to move up and down the offensive line, especially at a young position in your career, that takes a lot of stress, time, and effort. And we saw that last year with Spencer Burford being hurt. You have to change your body when you're moving from a different type of position. At left guard, Spencer Burford, I think the biggest issue with him was neck up. Him understanding angles, him understanding points of attack, him understanding how to get onto the backside of blocks with Trent Williams. Really, when you're playing with a guy like Trent Williams, as a guard, you're kind of in service to him, right? You're making sure that he's comfortable with the double team blocks. If we're comboing up, if you want to leave early, damn it, I'm not gonna tell you to stay. I gotta get there early. I gotta get there better. All of those things with playing next to Trent, understanding the gaps, understanding how to get on, understanding having the right angles on inside and outside zone. That's helped Spencer Burford tremendously, and he's healthy. He's not playing with any nagging injuries. He's not playing with a messed up knee. So for me, Spencer Burford, he's not. I don't want to sit here and say he's not, Pro Bowl level. Send him to the Hall of Fame, but he's playing like a starting left guard. He's not a backup playing left guard. He's playing like a starting left guard, and it's good to see. And the athleticism is only going to go higher because he's basically playing tackle. He's got a tackle skill set at guard. So his feet are quicker than most of the 5 techniques he's going to see. He's going to have quicker hands than most of the 3 techniques he's going to see. When he gets up to the line of scrimmage and goes to the second level on linebackers are going to be a little bit surprised on how fast he can get up there quicker. So he's playing in a position where...
It's so interesting that the Niners never even considered him for this position. They drafted him. He'd played this position. They're like, nah. He's a right guard. And they played him there for years, and it didn't work. And then this year, they're like, nah. He's a swing tackle. And they put Ben Barch at left guard, who can't stay healthy to save his life. And then when he inevitably got hurt, they put the 7th-round rookie pick Connor Colby there, and then like when he finally got hurt and there were out of options, they're like, maybe we should give him a look, even though we haven't prepared him at all to play left guard. And it's like, oh, he's good at it. You gotta love that because sometimes it doesn't matter if you saw it coming. As long as you stumble upon the right answer eventually and you stick with it, that's all that really matters. At least you got there.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I was looking at Spencer Burford to play center at one point. I was like, man, try him at center if you want to put him everywhere else. But yeah, at left guard, he's going to get paid.
The plan was Ben Barch and Connor Colby, and it ended up being Spencer Burford is really good. Like, hilarious. They don't even take this position seriously, and they have a good offensive line. It's hilarious. They've been dominating the last few weeks.
You know what's crazy, though, is that the way they're going to play it is they're not going to play this the way you're saying it. They're going to play this as this is what we play. This is what we pay Coach Forrester for. Right. Way to get it done. Way to get it done. You know, so
it is though. It's like Chris Kasarik doesn't get this kind of results with his guys. I mean, Alfred Collins looking pretty good, CJ West, but like Chris Forrester makes quality starters out of guys that no one takes seriously. Austin Pleasance was prepared for that. What?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's good, but he was prepared.
Yeah, Austin Pleasance had I don't want to say a great game, but Austin Pleasance was not an issue.
He gave up that
he
one
was
sack.
Not an issue. Yeah, but he was not an issue.
He ran around for a lot in that play, yeah.
I mean, I was really good with Austin Pleasance playing instead of Trent Williams. I think he did.
Is there any unknown guy that we need to name on the defense? I feel like I don't really feel that enthusiastic about the defense right now.
Yes, there is a most known unknown on defense. Tatum Bethune.
Okay.
This defense is different without him. Say
true.
what you want, but they have no teeth without him. They don't have anybody finishing off runs. They don't have anybody getting into the backfield. They don't have anybody. Tatum Bethune is the guy that changes up the play with Robert Saleh sending a blitz to send more linebackers, and Tatum Bethune says, no, we're staying back to play defense. He's finding his way. This is a guy that started off when he first came on. Fred going down was big, and rightfully so. But I distinctly remember his disposition when he got the nod to play. And he was letting everybody know that we were tripping. I do this. You guys need to calm down. I've been in this situation a lot of times, and you guys are going to see. And I don't want us to forget that. I don't want us to forget how this guy may not be Fred Warner, but he made good on his word. All right? And one thing I'll tell you right now is that this is his defense right now. This isn't Diamador Lenoir's defense. This ain't Malik Mustafa or Jair Brown's defense. This is Tatum Bethune's defense. And I love how he's leading these guys. I love how he's fighting through injury. He got hurt in this game and had to come back. I'm telling you, Tatum Bethune, he needs to be respected. And I don't want to disrespect D. Winters, but Tatum Bethune is playing at a level that if Fred Warner was still healthy, people would be saying that Tatum Bethune and Fred need to be on the field together. People would be saying that.